Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Meena every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our mission only is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. We celebrate now our second anniversary, and we will invite you to come live. We are giving you the link to share your thoughts on being with us for the last 2 years. And we will do this after the news at 8:30. So please join us by joining on the link. Jaydev joins me in this session. Welcome, Jaydev.
Good evening to all the viewers once again, and
Yeah.
thanks to you that we are celebrating our second year anniversary of our channel Candid Meena, and it would not have been possible without each and every one of you, supporting us, telling your comments, taking part in our discussion, and it is to and fro, and thanks to you also, and congratulations to you all.
Yeah. So it's a very happy day, and we've been already receiving a lot of messages from you online in the YouTube channel, and we want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time. See, when I say taking the time, I know what kind of schedules all of you have, wherever you are, stationed in different parts of the world. Even taking 5-10 minutes out to talk to us or to give us your message is a big effort, and that itself, we are so thankful that you do it for us. So after we speak, to talk about the news, we'll move to taking you live, and we'll put the link after that. So please join us, on that, and express your thoughts.
Yeah.
1 second, let me just give the link.
Yeah, they'll. We can give the link later because we'll have to finish the news first, and then.
Yeah. No, they will join only after 8:30.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. So the first piece of news: Draupadi Murmu becomes the 15th president of the Republic of India, first person from a tribal community to assume the highest constitutional post. And she is the youngest president in the history of India. She is 64 years old. And today, in a very grand ceremony, we watched the lady, the dynamic lady, go through all the procedures. And we were proud, especially because she is a woman, who's done a lot and undergone a lot. So our congratulations from the whole of Candid Meena family to this wonderful lady on becoming the president of the Republic of India. Now, going back to you, Jaideep. Yeah.
Yeah. So coming to Miss Draupadi Murmu, you know that she has undergone a lot in her life. In 2009, she narrated that she went into depression, and her 25-year-old son Lakshman died unexpectedly after attending a gathering in Bhubaneswar, and she was going into depression, but she recovered very quickly because she was very disciplined. She woke up every day at around 3:30 and went to bed by 9:30 a.m. She did yoga and meditation regularly, and again she another tragedy came into her life when her younger son Shipun died in a road accident, and this time she was broken completely again, and she questioned God why this is happening to her. And after that, and a year later, her husband Sham Charan Murmu also died as well. And so when my second son died, the jolt was a little less because I was doing meditation. And now she made the kitchen completely vegetarian. She turned to spirituality and became completely vegetarian. And after that, she runs the SLS residential school in memory of her husband and two sons. At the same time, when you see tribal girls and boys getting free education and decent surroundings around samadhis, you can visualize carving out a beautiful future out of a very sad past. Now today, you can see through her determination and grit that Miss or Madam Draupadi Murmu has become the first woman tribal president of India. So this is a very big source of inspiration for each and every youngster, in India who can aspire to be like her, irrespective of the kind of difficulties and hardships, that one may face. That if you have the willpower to overcome all these obstacles, that you will definitely reach your goal. So coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Vicky and Katrina Kaif. And Vicky Kaushal and Katrina Kaif received a threat on Instagram, and the accused was stalking Katrina Kaif and threatening her. And a man has been arrested for giving death threat to the actors allegedly. The Mumbai police said, and the case has been registered at Santa Cruz police station. The man, identified as Manvinder Singh, is from UP's Lucknow and was struggling to get work in films and TV series in Mumbai. The accused is a fan of actor Katrina Kaif. The actors were getting threats on Instagram, and the accused was also stalking Katrina Kaif and threatening her. Based on the complaint, the Santa Cruz police have registered an FIR against the man under IPC sections 506 2, criminal intimidation, and 354D, which is stalking. So apparently, everyone under the sun in Bollywood is getting death threats suddenly, right from Salman Khan. Then you have Salim Khan, his father. Then you had, I believe, Vicky Kaushal right now, and I think Karan Johar also got some threats from Lawrence Bishnoi, if you remember.
Yeah. Yes. So the
Thanks,
next piece is, yeah. The next piece of
everyone.
news is, yeah. The next piece of news is the Youth Congress workers protest outside the Goan restaurant allegedly owned by Smriti Irani's daughter, which Smriti Irani has denied completely, and has also sent, summons to the Congress people who alleged this. So, Goa Congress chief Amit Patkar had alleged that the renewal for the restaurant's bar license had been applied in the name of a dead person. Now, the workers on Youth Congress workers protested outside the restaurant, which the Congress claims is owned by Union Minister Smriti Irani's daughter Zoish. The Congress demanded Irani's sacking, alleging her daughter was running an illegal bar in Goa. But the minister had claimed the malicious charge was made at the Gandhi family's behest due to her vocal stand in the National Herald case, and vowed to fight back. On Sunday, Youth Congress President Varad Mandolkar and State Unit spokesperson Amarnath Panjikar led the protest outside Silly Souls Goa restaurant in Asagawa village and demanded that the establishment be shut down. He had alleged that the renewal for the restaurant's bar license has been applied in the name of a dead person. He had claimed that the excise commissioner, responding to a complaint against a fraud, issued a show cause notice to the restaurant returnable on July 29th. The protesters said Irani cannot run away from her responsibility by striking an emotional chord, and that she has to respond to the allegation. Panjika said Irani cannot hide behind emotional statements and blame others. He alleged that she was holding a senior Congress leader, Rahul Gandhi, responsible for the illegality done by her family members. Panjika demanded that action be initiated against the restaurant and those involved in the illegality. Meanwhile, the national president of Indian Youth Congress, Srinivas Bibi, has gone even further. He has, in a video, said that Zubin Irani's first wife, Mona Irani, had a company called Meeti Pani in Rajasthan, Jaipur. And its director was another person called Rahul Vora, who had a company called Ugraya Private Limited. And Zubin Irani, that is Smriti Irani's husband and son Zoher, were directors in it. So he says that in reality it belongs to the Irani family, and apparently Smriti took a loan from it and also made investments in it, and also bought shares in Ugraya. He opened a company called 8 All Food and Beverage Limited in Goa, and they've given GST numbers and said the address is the same as Silly Soul Restaurant and Bar, which is house number 52, Asagawa in northern Goa, and the same address as the owner of the restaurant who died last year, Anthony De Gama. So Congress is desperately trying to corner Smriti Irani and give their side of what's happening, whereas Smriti is also fighting back. Friends, we will take you on only after 8:30, so please give us a little bit of time to complete, our news bites. I know, Nisha, you've joined us, and Kirti also. Yeah, hi. So we'll just wait, for us. Just please wait for us to finish the news, and we'll take you on.
Yeah, see, I would like to add to this Smriti Irani case, and I would like to allude to the fact that Kunal Vijayakar, the foodie, in his YouTube channel, he went to this particular restaurant, and where right now that Smriti is saying that her daughter worked as an intern, right? But from the interview, like Kunal is saying, I mean, congratulations to your team. So, I mean, logically speaking, which in turn will have such a kind of power, in any organization that someone, interviews you
No,
and says that,
yeah, he has very clearly said it's a restaurant owned by this woman.
yeah,
So in the video it's very clear. So I don't know how they are now going to challenge it. Okay,
yeah,
moving on
that's
to the
what's,
next. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So, coming to the next piece of news, and apparently the Ranveer Singh, naked photo shoot is, being influenced by, I mean, is influencing many other, so-called film stars. And, Vishnu Vishal joins the trend and poses naked as wife Jwala Gatta turns photographer. And so he takes the inspiration from Ranveer Singh's photo shoot, and he took to Twitter and he said, joining the trend, a subtle nod to Ranveer Singh, and he's saying, well, joining the trend. Now, another piece of interesting news is that there has been an action which is sought against Ranveer Singh over his naked photo shoot, and an application was filed with Mumbai police seeking the registration of an FIR against Ranveer Singh for hurting sentiments of women through his nude photographs on social media. And the complaint application was submitted at the Chembur police station by an office bearer of an NGO, also based in East Mumbai suburb. So the complainant stated that the actor has hurt the sentiments of women and insulted their modesty through his photographs. The complainant demanded the registration of a case against the actor under the Information Technology Act and various sections of the Indian Penal Code. We received an application from a person associated with an NGO on Monday. No FIR is registered so far. So this is a latest development which is happening with regards to this controversial naked photo shoot by Ranveer Singh.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's take a few comments.
yeah. In fact, now Urfi Javed says that she is interested in becoming the second wife of Ranveer Singh. And while interacting with media, she said, I love him so much. If at any point he needs a second wife, he won't need one while Deepika is present, but I'm here. Just tell him that. A few days back, Ranveer had showered praises for Urfi during the rapid fire segment, Coffee with Karan. Later, she got overjoyed over Ranveer's comment and said, I don't know how to react, but you are so sweet. Now, I don't know whether it was a praise or whether he was making fun of her. I mean, these people have a habit of just stabbing people on the back. And I think they were making fun of this girl. Poor thing, did not realize it. Yeah.
yes.
So, yeah. The next piece of news is Sana Khan on quitting Bollywood and TV. Had everything but peace. Now, Sana Khan was quite a rage at one point of time, is what they say. She had acted in 14 films across five languages and appeared in over 50 ad films. She was also a finalist on the reality show Big Boss in 2012. After her relationship with choreographer Melvin Ray, Sana slipped into depression. Shortly after that, she decided to leave the entertainment industry in 2020, and it came as a shock to everyone. Now, in one of the recent videos uploaded, in an Instagram handle, she spoke her heart out on her drastic life decisions and a willingness to dedicate her life to help humanity and fulfill the command of the creator. Actress who died the not with Surat-based businessman Anas Syed soon after bidding farewell to Bollywood said, in my past life, of course, I had everything. I had fame, name, money. I could do anything and everything I wanted. But one thing was missing, peace in my heart. I was like, I have everything, but I'm not happy. It was very tough, and those were the days of depression. The former actress also revealed that her life took a turn for real when she started having dreams of herself buried in a blazing, burning grave. In 2019, I remember during Ramadan, I used to see a grave in my dreams. I would see a burning, blazing grave, and I would see myself in it. I didn't see the empty grave, I saw myself. I felt this is a sign that God is giving me that if I don't change, this is what my end is. That got me anxious. I still remember the changes that were happening. So that's what this woman has done. And she added, see, you don't want your last day to be the first day of your hijab. She recalled saying, Allah doesn't want anyone to even see the shape of a dead woman, and that's why they are covered in 5 pieces of cloth. Interestingly, some certain bits of news. You always think the TV actresses are, not as rich as the, film actresses. Well, TV actresses like Hina Khan gets around 52 crores. Her worth is 52 crores. And Jennifer Wingett gets around 42 crores. Divyanka gets 37 crores. Shivangi, 37 crores. Shahnaz Gill, 23 crores. And Akshay Kumar was named as the highest taxpayer. He has once again become the highest taxpayer. Reportedly, has received the Samman Patra from the Income Tax Department for paying the maximum tax. And the latest news is that Vicky and Katrina, the trip was very expensive in Maldives, where they had the best of everything. And one news that you're really going to enjoy is that Shamshera's box office collection on day 3 means rupees 31 crores. His Ranveer Kapoor's comeback film, the much-awaited actioner Shamshera, has faced mass rejection, and the weekend business is evident proof of it. The film, which was released last Friday, went on to earn only 31.75 crores at the box office. Shamshera collected rupees 10.25 on Friday, 10.50 on Saturday, and 11 crores on Sunday. So the trade expert Taran says Shamshera meets with a tragic fate. Shockingly, low weekend biz. Will face rough weather on weekends. So that's something very, calming for us. And meanwhile, the person, Deepesh Ban, who died, leaving behind a wife and a 1-year-old son, apparently it said that he used to gym for 3 hours every day. And being 40 years of age, an actor called Asif said that he used to overexert himself. When he started, he was very fit. In between, he put on weight, and I asked him to control weight and to keep a check on his diet. But he had a point to prove that he did gymming for 3 hours when his wife was not in town. I would tell him not to exercise for so long. He would tell me that he would skip meals at night. He died of brain hemorrhage because his eyes were bleeding. One of eyes. When you get up in the morning, your blood pressure is low, and all of a sudden, after working out, he started playing cricket. He bowled 6 balls an entire over, and after that, he bent down to pick his cap. He collapsed, Asif said. They rushed him to the hospital, Bhakti Vedanta, which is like 5 minutes away from his house. He could not make it there. By the time he reached, he was declared dead. So this is another death in the television industry. So friends, let us add you as you join us, and we would sincerely love to thank you for the kind of support that you've given us over these 2 years, and we would love to hear your experience being with us on Candid Meena. So let me just add Anuradha Kurup. Welcome, Anuradha.
Namaste. Hello. Good evening.
Welcome.
Good
Hi,
evening.
Meena, and hello, Jaydev. And Ned is not here, but congratulations to all of
Thank
you
you.
and to the whole Candid Meena team.
Thank you so much.
It is such a privilege to be associated with your channel, and I can only, I'm sure I speak for everybody else that we're on this channel because I think you stand courageously for the truth, no matter how uncomfortable the truth may be to anybody. And, when you take that kind of stand and you're running an independent news channel, I can only imagine that it must be very, very tough. I know that since you're not in the race for TRPs, with meaningless, breaking news and sensational, I think they're called thumbnails on YouTube. They call clickbait, I think.
Yeah.
So sponsors don't come easily, and where there is integrity and where there is courage, sponsors usually run in the opposite direction. I mean, that's the way society is, and we've seen that even the bigger media channels very often, um, they don't have a choice but to kind of give in to the commercial interests, right? So,
Yeah.
firstly, kudos to all of you. I mean, we've all joined you now over the past year, but your journey has been before that, and it's been a long journey. So, congratulations. And I also like Candid Meena because, unlike the bigger media channels, just ordinary citizens like all of us, we are able to we are able to speak on the channel, and our comment even before, the live, before these live streams where you allow when where we are on the channel, our comments were always taken, they were read, they were discussed, so you felt very much a part of the news, right?
Absolutely.
And as citizens, you felt you were able to participate in things that affected the country and
Yeah.
affected us. And we were able to make our voices heard. So I think that made, I mean, it made a lot of difference. And of course, the family and my friends jokingly say, "Oh, yeah, mom likes to be a celebrity now. She's on Candid Meenach." That that I cannot deny that bit, but anyway. But no, jokes apart, I think just more power to you. It's rarely that I'm at a loss for words. My family will vouch for that. But really, I have to confess something, and I can do it. It will give you something to be amused about. When your channel came up on on YouTube, and I began to follow it, and I began to look at the programs, and I would see your unbiased and courageous coverage. you know that cynical part of me, because we are so used to how society is, I said, how can it be that a news channel is so unbiased? I said, it cannot be. There must be some agenda. Somebody is, I'm being very honest, okay? I think that's how cynical we've become as citizens. And it was only much, much later, about a few months later, when I mentioned to somebody very renowned, who's now a retired, from the bureaucracy, who happens to be Ned's uncle. I said, I'm following this particular channel. And, I just wanted to share that they're doing amazing work. And I'm just a little puzzled because, they are so honest about everything that they do. And he said, which channel is this? And then I mentioned it. And he said, oh, that is my nephew Ned's wife. And they do amazing work. And I just said, oh, okay. So, I'm just being very,
In
very
fact,
honest
no, in fact,
as a
Anuradha, see, it's been mutual because people like you, see, you're an educationist, not only an educationist, you're a health buff, and you have so much to contribute to society that whenever people like you join and convey your thoughts, I mean, that becomes, like a motivation for our viewers as well. And that's why, whenever people like MR or others come on our channel, they always say, your audience is very different. They're very intellectual and they ask really thoughtful questions. So that's what makes us different, Anu. And I really appreciate your wonderful words, and it motivates us to do much
No,
better. Thank
please,
you so
more
much, Anu.
power to you, more power to the whole team and the whole Candid Meena viewers family also. And yeah, that's all that I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stay
Thank
on,
you.
Anu. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, welcome. Yeah, welcome, Mira.
Welcome,
Yeah,
Kiran.
hi, good evening.
Yeah, another
Congratulations.
before she speaks, I'd just like to give a little bit of an introduction to Meera Nair. See, she's one of those voracious, what you call news followers, and because even before you sort of open the TV, she's already conveyed the news to you, and she's more like a sleuth, you know, uh, which is what I love about her, and the way she analyzes things makes me surprised that how can someone be so sharp, and that's my assessment of you, Meera, and you're a very rich part of our Candid Meena family, so thank you for that.
Thank you for all the compliments. Meena, I must say congratulations first to you, Jay and Ned, doing a wonderful job. And I must confess, I joined the channel much later, not initially. I wasn't aware of it. It was like, I think, following you on Twitter about the Sushant case, that like I came to know about the channel. And ever since then, I'm um, constant viewer. And like it's this channel which is like a beacon of truth, I must say, in this maze of YouTubers peddling fake news most of the time. So more power to you. And I think you've got a very niche viewership, and the whole family of viewers, I think, is really close to you because you take all the comments and there's discussion on that. So that makes the whole interaction and everything very rich about the show.
In fact, Meera and Anu, and now Sangeeta has also joined us. See, one thing you would have noticed, there is a change in the mainstream media's thrust. Okay, if you watch now, they're all asking for people to participate, in live. So so I think they've got feedback that they are a one man army where they're only conveying things to you, and not taking the feedback of public, which is the most essential part. Because see, you and I and everybody thinks differently. When 10 people put their heads together, so many ideas come across, and that's how a nation works. And sadly, mainstream media has started looking at that only now, when the YouTubers have come in, when the YouTubers are thinking of innovative ways, to interact with the audience and with the public. See, for example, we have someone like Sangeeta, who's sitting in Canada. Okay, welcome, Sangeeta. Yeah, and she tells us exactly what is happening in Canada. And you have someone like Devanushi, who's in USA, and she tells us what is the environment there, the kind of problems. And I learn a lot more about education from Anuradha Kurup, because she's teaching special kids, and that's not an easy job. And then you have Meera, I don't know who was doing a million things. On top of that, she's also very creative. So in between, I see her doing beautiful, what you call coasters with, flowers stuck on them. And it's so creative. I mean, everything is so, each and every individual who's a part of the Candid Meena family, they're all so special. I can't pinpoint one person because every person has a million qualities. And those million qualities are actually making us rich. We are just, everyone has certain facets. But when we all join together, it's just brilliant. So let me just add, Nisha has also joined us, and Sangeeta has also joined us. Welcome, Sangeeta and Nisha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Actually,
Can you hear me, Meena?
the glamorous Sangeeta
Yes.
is hiding behind
Sorry.
a camera. I don't know for what reason, Sangeeta.
I
I wanted to
apologize.
watch your beautiful face,
No,
but
I apologize. I always prefer not to turn my camera off just out of respect for the host, right? So I'll always. But see, today I'm at a friend's. There's a lot of people here. It's their house, so a lot of kids, and they
yeah,
have a
yeah.
Rudram Abhishek puja going on, and it's
Thank you for that. It's
exact
a
same
special
time.
day. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Same time,
exact
it's
same
very
time.
auspicious.
Candid Meena, and I told them in my mind, I'm like, you'll have to excuse me for a few minutes. I have to go on. I cannot not be part of this celebration. And I was just thinking, like, you and I, we are both such Shiv bhakts. So the
Yeah,
coincidence that this Rudram Abhishek puja is happening at the same
yeah.
time, to me, it kind of gave me goosebumps. But
Thank you so
what
much
can
for
I?
that.
No, thank you. And I mean, what can I say? All the folks on screen that I see, I feel like I've not met any one of you, but yet I know you as extended family now. And each one of you, like Meena ji said, brings such amazing qualities. I'm always learning from all
Yeah.
of you.
And
I mean,
something that all of you should know about Sangeeta is that Sangeeta, who's based in Canada, she's a filmmaker as well, and she's also into a lot of what you call Sanatana Dharma, encouragement on Sanatana Dharma, and also the fact that she loves dogs, and she's been doing a lot of work on this side as well, despite her busy schedule, and all these things make her very endearing to us. Now, the next person who's joined us is the lovely Nisha Thomas, who is from Dubai. And welcome, Nisha. So nice to see you.
Hi, Meena. Hi, Jaydev. Hi, Anu.
Hi,
Hi,
Nisha.
everybody. Hi, Sangeeta. I can hear you. You can hear me. Everything seems to be okay.
Yeah.
So I've written down a few points just because I don't want to ramble or go and waste time. So I've
Yeah.
written down something, and my cat is here again making the noise. So excuse that too.
Yeah.
Happy
She's welcome.
birthday, Happy birthday, Candid Meena, and all
Thank
the
you.
viewers of the Candid Meena globally.
Yes,
Okay,
which is
now,
all of you.
yes, all the viewers. And it's been 2 years, but I'm not going to say how the 2 years have flown past or don't know how it went or where it went, because it's been 2 years of hard work, dedication, lot of research, and focus. Thank you very much, Meena and Jaydev. You guys, hats off to you. Then the next thing is we got together, united in the fight for SSR, and we still are going strong. Also for Disha, Janvi, and Jia. Our boycott bullyweed movement is still going strong and has worked to a massive extent. I say bullyweed because I refuse to say Bollywood. Bullyweed is more apt for them. And then 6:30 my time every day is part of my schedule. It's fixed. I quickly do all my work and I'm here and all yours. And then CM, as in Candid Meena, is a small independent channel but very inclusive. We come together every evening for updates on all current issues. We air our thoughts, and it's more like an hour-long discussion or discourse. There are no sponsors or big support, so all of us should wholeheartedly pitch in whatever we can to show our support and appreciation to help this channel grow. So many channels mushroomed after SSR murder, ran all sorts of narratives, did U-turns, closed shop and ran away, got jailed, but Candid Meena has stood rock solid with a foundation only on truth and honesty. Kudos to you, Meena and Jaydev. More power to you. Stay blessed. Happy
Thank you.
birthday once again.
Thank you, Nisha. You really make me all feel so, I don't know, so emotional. One thing, viewers, you must know about Nisha. See, she's a wonderful lady based in Dubai and who's, coming back to settle down in India, which is what I'm looking forward to. She is a woman with so many qualities. And the best, the one that's well known is that she is a gardening buff and she gives advice to many people in her WhatsApp. And I don't know how she does fulfills all the roles of a grandmother, a mother, a wife, and then looks after her cats, and the gardener who can be quite irritating, and and on top of all that, she talks to us, she gives us advice. Sometimes I feel she's more like a mother to me because she tells me things that see which I feel emotional about, because nobody would do that in an ordinary, unless you're attached to someone, and that makes me feel so touched. And whenever she comes online, or when we're talking or chatting on Candid Meena, it's a very special spot for this lovely lady, I mean, who is who should be cherished by all, because each and every individual in this channel, I don't know, because I'm talking about so many people. There's so many Devi, there's so many Himani, so many
Karthik,
women,
so many
yeah,
regulars.
Karthik, and yeah, Karthik is very
Maya,
Many,
slow.
Zoya, so
Yeah,
many people.
Tom and Jerry, so many people, and
Leonara.
all of you are so concerned, which makes it so nice. Even when I sometimes, when we're reading out the news, we do not get some references, but you all are so quick and alert that, we get those, reminders so quickly. So it's thanks to you. See, I've never seen this channel as an individual channel. It's only teamwork, because lots of times I find Meera giving me some info, or Anu, who's very alert, Anuradha giving me, some tips, or, Nisha or Sangeeta, and today who I miss a lot is another lady, wonderful lady called Sudha, who's actually, gallivanting in Europe. And so, otherwise, she is someone who's, very close at heart. And so many, I
Pushing
mean,
the
I can't
Tower
say.
of Pisa.
Yes, Tower of Peace,
Yes.
yes. And then
So,
there's Gloria and so many people. I don't
yeah.
know how many people to thank. And each time you say some things about our channel, it's just that I feel that the contribution is yours, you know. And Meera can be very serious, but her sense of humor is absolutely
Yes.
hilarious. you know. And
Yes.
of course, Nisha also has a very naughty sense of humor, because sometimes when I read her liners, I get a shock. And then I said, did she say that? Did she say that? So
No, I
let's
think
wait
if
for.
I may just, yeah, if I may
Yeah,
add a
yeah,
little bit, I know that Sangeeta, I can speak about her because she shared, despite, I mean, besides making besides making short movies and documentaries about very important subjects, and again, such kind of movies rarely get sponsors. So it's a battle of finances and doing it all alone. And she's also a front runner in Canada for speaking about Indian culture, and doing away with the cheaper kind of music or film music, etc., and speaking about the traditional rich culture that we have, and bringing that into the fore overseas. Because many who live overseas, many of your viewers would vouch for the fact that many of the entertainment shows and etc. have a lot of film music.
yeah.
I'm not saying that film music is bad or anything, but there is a lot more to culture than just film music. So Sangeeta has been at the forefront of that movement in Canada. Mira is, of course, also what she hasn't shared with probably the Candid Meena family is that she is a very, very powerful and accomplished alternative Reiki healer. So
Oh
I think
yes,
that
I missed
that
that part. Yes.
and Nisha, not only, we all talk about environment, and I also teach the subject, etc. But Nisha is somebody who takes environmental issues grassroots, from growing medicinal herbs to telling you the importance of sustainable, slow food. I mean, she's a powerhouse of information. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
Thank
and we'll just wait for
thank
the
you.
for
And
Jaydev also to say a few words.
yes.
Yeah, what can I say? Each and every, lady I see on the screen, they are very inspirational, and they have contributed a lot to Candid Meena channel. And I can only hope that each and every viewer. I want to thank each and every viewer here in the comment section as well. And we do hope that hopefully we get justice for Sushant, Disha, Jia, and each and every person fast. Hopefully, under the Shinde government, things go forward and CBI provides us an update.
Yeah.
So I'm
In fact,
looking.
when you talk about the Maharashtra government, I owe a lot of information thanks to Meera, who was in Mumbai for a long time, and there are lots of incidents that she tells us, which is very interesting for our viewers. So Meera, thanks for that especially. You know,
Yeah, my
and
heart is in Mumbai, although right now I'm not there. So I always try and catch whatever news I can
yeah,
get about Mumbai and Maharashtra.
yeah,
And
and
I
then we
just
have
wanted to make
Zoya.
a point
Yeah, please, please, Meera.
about the channel, that the very fact that all your very eminent guests keep coming
Back.
regularly, it shows the confidence they have in you, Meena and Jaydev. The way you moderate the show and give them their space, and the entire focus on whatever they want to say. I think that's why they keep coming. So that's another point which I can't say of many other shows. And I hope you continue to expose and comment on stories which today's paid media is not even daring to mention. So
Yeah.
more
In
power
fact,
to you, and
yeah,
stay safe
yeah. In
and
fact,
stay blessed.
yeah.
Stay
One of the
safe.
ladies,
Yes.
yeah. In fact, one of the ladies says that nobody has really commented against Smriti Irani, and it's only your channel which is showing both sides. So we've been covering every bit of it, especially what the Ink TV today has covered regarding the link between the Iranis and this company in Goa. And apparently, he's also said that Smriti Irani has a house there, and also some others have said that her husband owns a spa there. So now these are just bits of news we are giving you. We are not saying endorsing anything. We are leaving it to you. Okay, Smriti's daughter and Smriti may be innocent, or Congress, what they are saying may be right. I don't know. So, but let it come out.
Yeah.
It has to come out. Just because, see, I like Modi ji doesn't mean that I support BJP all the way. There are people who we are not so sure of, and we have the right to question them. We are a democracy. Please do not frighten us by saying, sitting on a high horse and saying that, see, I'm going to sue everybody. No, you can't sue everybody. You can't sue the public, okay? Because the public have the right when they elect you, to speak about their, what they think about you. So that's very important, Meera, that we express our thoughts. And
No,
most of you are very bold in that.
May I
and
add
I think
something, Meenaji?
Yes,
Along
Sangeeta?
those lines, just
Yeah.
for you, a couple of words is when I started watching Candid Meena, it was again out of the blue when I was trying to follow the SSR movement, and I always have said I give credit to Sushant and you to bring me on Twitter. I was never on Twitter before that. That's how it all started for me, and I made some amazing friends here. But for me, what stood out, because at the beginning of the movement there were several channels that were talking about, it was like this hot issue that everybody, including mainstream media, and you always stood out for me because I felt this kind of this unique skill set that you bring to the table. You're courageous, and you have so much integrity in what you do, yet at the same time you're extremely humble when you're interacting with viewers, and bringing them, not just your guests but anybody, when you're reading their comments or bringing them on camera, and but you have this nonsense attitude too. So I think all of that combined, like Candid Meena always stood out for me, and it just felt like home. And we all, I think, like-minded people gravitated towards Candid Meena for that. It's just very rare, unfortunately, to see journalism being, having integrity and honesty, which is how every journalist should be. But we don't see that. And so far as the mainstream media goes, I only started watching it because of Sushant, because they were covering it in the beginning, and that screaming and yelling, and it was this migraine inducing debate that I said I refuse to watch this. And I would literally watch Candid Meena. I would have this sense of almost calm, meditative state of mind. And for me, in the last 2 years, Candid Meena has been that one-stop shop, as I always say on Twitter too, for everything to do with news. I get everything I need. And so more power to you. And Jaydev, it's just so lovely to see Jaydev supporting his mom like this. And he does a fantastic job. I love his style too. He's very different from you.
Yes.
So that's a unique combination you both bring. Like you have your style and he has this own style that, and so it's really good to see Jaydev growing too. So more power to both mother and son duo, and we are always going to be with Candid Meena. And
You
I
know,
also like
in
to
fact,
add one line for Anu,
yeah,
because she's been so generous in her comments for all of us, yet she's the most inspiring, if you see, amongst all of us. So
yes,
Anu
absolutely.
constantly inspires us, at least for me personally. And so Anu, God bless you and more power to you as well.
Yeah.
Thank
In
you.
fact, Sangeeta, usually after a show, Jaydev gets so shocked because I'm getting, dirty comments and I don't know what all from where all. And he says, Mom, look at your Twitter. And he's shocked, and I say, what's new? Because
Yeah.
that's what I've been facing for so many years, being in social media. I mean, I'm just so used to it that I become rather hardened. I don't even care two hoots about it because, see, it's what you think and what you feel is right, is what we are conveying, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, I think Anu wanted to say something.
Yeah,
Or
I
no,
think
Nisha.
there's
Nisha.
a
Yeah,
I
Nisha.
think first Nisha wanted to say.
Yeah, Nisha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to compound what Sangeeta said. Yes, Anu, you are an absolute inspiration. You have that lovely touch with animals, which touches my heart too. And we should definitely meet. I hope and pray that we all would get a chance to meet as soon as possible and keep being an inspiration.
Thank you so much. I always
And
believe, I truly believe that evolution should have stopped at the chimpanzees. The world would be a better place.
I couldn't agree
But
more, being an animal lover with you, Anu. Yes.
yeah,
and
And,
actually,
Zoya,
and
and
yes,
Zoya
Meera,
Nisha.
you
says,
are sorry. And Meera,
yeah.
you are the chulbuli.
Yes, yes.
Mira is the Nancy Drew. She's the Nancy
Yeah,
Drew of
Yeah,
Nancy
Candid
the
Drew.
Meena.
snoop and the chilbuli.
Yeah.
Anu is a
Zo-
calming
The
effect
naughty
in this
one. Yes.
entire group, I think. Anu is the
Zoya,
calming
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Okay.
Zoya is saying, my best friend here in the US is Mexican. He understands Hindi now. And Minaji, he totally loves your channel. He waits to watch it together and he loves the way you say good evening, friends, repeats with you.
How cute.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And Audrey
Meena, one
says,
last thing.
yeah, please, Disha, yeah.
No, no, you can continue with that. Then
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to read out something.
Audrey says, congratulations, Meena and Jade. More power to you. I never used to watch anything on YouTube, but now I can't wait to see you every day. Even if I miss, I watch it at night. I love your both. Thank you
Thanks
so
so
much. I mean, I don't know how we can read all the messages,
Lovely.
but each and one, every one is a gem.
There was
Yes,
one more
Nisha.
message that talked about the fact, which you've also mentioned, that the audience and the comments are, I think somebody else mentioned, they are of a very, at a different level. They're
Yes.
not, they're more, they're more intellectual, or they're more thinking kind of comments, and they're broad based, and you take all of them, and as you said, you don't pass any judgments, you put the facts out there.
Yeah.
And I do believe that even as newsmakers, we, at the end of the day, we are citizens, and we will have our own opinions, right? you
Yes.
can't
Absolutely.
you can't just be a neutral person who just delivers the news. Those
Yeah.
days are gone. And I
Yeah.
think that it's fairly fine for any newscaster to have, like when you watch Arnab, you know
Yeah.
where, where his, which side of the,
Yeah.
divide he's on. And when you watch another channel, so I think even for YouTubers, it's perfectly okay if you have
Yeah.
your own views,
Yeah.
but you're not forcing those views on your viewers.
You see,
You're
Anu,
giving us
as
the
far
news.
as see, as
Yeah.
far as we are concerned, what I'd like to tell you is that, see, why are there different rules? For example, now if your daughter is being targeted, you will jump up the horse, and penalize everybody. But you don't care about others' daughters when you're talking about Disha Salian or Jhanvi Kukreja or Jia
Yes.
Khan. Yeah.
Yes.
So this girl in Chennai, she died.
The girl
You're
in
not bothered
Chennai
about
who,
her.
yes.
Yes. So, which means others' daughters are not important, but one small thing about a bar has maligned her daughter forever. I'm not saying the girl is innocent; she may be innocent and all that. That's for them to find out. But when you feel for your daughter, feel for all the daughters. We've been doing, so many sessions on Janvi Kukreja, on Jia
Yes.
Khan, and all these daughters who were the television actresses who have died, the film actresses who have died. Who's done it? Because they're not bothered, They keep saying that, see, don't malign an 18-year-old girl. It's like saying that don't attack, a 26-year-old Aryan Khan. If you have done something wrong, nobody is, above law. So,
Unfortunately, I think when I work with young adults, or even younger teenagers, I say, look, if you're old enough to break the law and you know that you're breaking the law, then sadly you're going to have to face the consequences.
yes,
And my sons are grown up now, but if we protect them from the consequences of their knowingly wrong actions, we're doing them a disservice, and we're doing the country a disservice.
yes,
It can't be one rule for my kids and one rule for somebody else's children. And
yeah,
especially if you're in public office, you owe it to your office, you owe it to your citizens who've elected you to speak up, whether it's a girl in Chennai, a boy somewhere else. It could be a celebrity child, it could be all of them are equal. And yes, I would like to hear those voices in speaking up for
for
those
example,
children and those
yeah, for
families.
example, yeah, for
Here
example,
the grief,
Anu,
here,
yeah,
yes, sorry.
for example, Anu, I'm a journalist, and we have the channel, but I know a little bit more about Janvi Kukreja's existing sister, who scored a very high rank in the ICSE exam. Why? Because I can continue to communicate with Nidhi Kukreja on how the case is going. Okay, how many people are actually reporting on the death and the case that's going on? Nobody. They've forgotten it. It's
They've
just like
forgotten.
at the moment, yeah, at that moment it mattered. It was so sensational. They did it.
It's
But now,
ratings, Minaji, right?
yes,
They focus
ratings,
on
yes,
ratings. You're
yes,
focusing on the actual cause and getting justice.
Cause.
That's
yes.
why I
For
said your
example,
skill set is rare.
why would Nidhi Kukreja want to convey it to me? Because she feels that we empathize, we feel for her.
It's genuine.
I'm a
Yeah.
mother. I'm a mother. I feel for her. So it's the same with all of you. I mean, all of you feel upset, and that's why you come to Candid Meena, to understand what's happening and to convey your thoughts. You know, so many
Because
times,
as that, that
you
famous
even warn
poem,
me.
yeah,
You even warn me, please go slow. On
yeah.
certain things, and that's advice that I appreciate, because it comes from people, because you care. You know, you don't hear it from people who are not connected to you. So it's that lovely feeling that I really love about this. And Runa, we miss you so much. We were thinking you will come live. So she says, hi Meena, I missed congratulating you. You're the best, and I adore Jaydev supporting you. Great son. Similarly, Zoya, we miss you a lot. I wish I could come for a few minutes at least today to personally say thank you, Meena ji. Jaydev, and all the wonderful audience, but I'm at work. So please forgive me and accept my heartfelt congrats. Now, Tom and Jerry says, Gaurav sir posted, countdown started. This is for Penguin. Now it makes sense why Bullyweed is stripping naked and faking receiving threats. And newbie, before you go, we miss you, and we hope that you would come live. And your comments are always very well appreciated. A lot of other people I miss today are Savitri, who's always there with us,
Where's Karthik?
supporting us.
Karthik
Yes,
is not
Karthik
to be
said he's
seen,
a bit busy, so
surprisingly.
he won't be able to come. But
Yeah.
his thoughts are with us. And back to you, Nisha. We would like to hear a little bit more from you.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to read a quote. I have this habit of collecting quotes. Like,
Yes,
and today when I just opened that book, the first thing that fell on my eyes fell on it was, raise your words, not voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. So grow flowers more,
yes,
Meena.
yes.
More power to you.
Spoken
Yeah.
like a
Here's
No,
a
true
quote.
in fact,
spoken like a
Nisha,
true
see, with the things that I'm growing in my backyard, I
yeah.
need to send photographs to you because I can't identify half of them. And a fruit has come, and I'm saying it's a lemon, and Ned is saying it's a pomegranate, and Jaydev doesn't even know what it is. So we need to ask you
And Guru
for,
Nisha.
what it is. And also, friends, viewers, I'd like to tell you that Nisha has a wonderful grandson. In fact, two children, grandsons now. But my friend is actually Clay, who, we see once in a while on video, who speaks very cutely in French and a bit of, I think he gets it from Nisha, a
More
bit of a
English. Yeah.
Malayalam
Yeah.
accent, yeah, a little bit of that. And he calls her Nana. And, when I see him, his videos, I forget myself because, the children today are so intelligent and so perceptive, they have so much in their, thoughts and mind. They grasp everything so, well. So I think Nisha has got your genes. He's extremely intelligent.
It was
Thank
interesting
you.
how the quote Nisha picked also connected to gardening and nature. You see that
Yes,
how
Gardening,
yes,
uncanny is that? So amazing.
yeah,
yes. I
She's
yeah.
see
our
Karthik,
Karthik.
Mrs. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
yeah,
our
Karthik
Mrs. Green
says,
Thumb.
yeah, yes, was late for my meditation and a hectic day for me. So tired because of that. I'll be messaging in between. Karthik, you're one person that we all love and miss, especially today, because you're like a backbone to our family.
Let me
And
go backstage, Meena, so Karthik can come in.
I don't think he's joining us because he said he's tired.
Okay.
So, yeah,
So
Okay.
I just, when Nisha spoke about quotes, this line, and I put it on Twitter also, there is this famous line, and I think it's about education actually, but it also applies to citizens that, we all keep saying when, somebody should do something. Government, it's very nice to blame
Exactly.
anybody. It's very nice to blame Modi or whoever, but about citizens, they say that, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? We keep sitting back, and I think expecting somebody else to fight the battles.
yeah,
And as long I find that maybe because everybody's got busier lifestyles, or because there's so much happening and we've all got very disconnected, there's a tendency to sit back unless something affects you directly or
yeah,
affects your family. But
yeah,
there are so many, all of us I think here have young adults as children, or maybe, brothers and sisters and nephews who may be going to join the TV industry
Zoe.
or the film industry. It could happen to anyone's daughter or son. Speak up before it comes to your doorstep. And
yeah,
I think that's where Candid Meena really takes that, that flame for society, and lights the way for everybody to follow. So you've
yeah,
already, we're not alone. You've already got a channel here that's doing it. All we've got to do is join that channel and begin to speak up, so that the voices become more and more powerful, and those that are in power, I don't like to use the word power. Whenever they say corridors of power, when they say it, I said no, call it corridors of service. They have not been
yes,
elected to
exactly.
power, they've been elected to serve,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
if the voices become louder, and if the voices become multifold, they cannot ignore it anymore.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I hope Candid Meena will grow from strength to strength. And Candid Meena and Jaydev and Ned can't do it on their own. And
no,
I'm sure they've never tried it. They can do it with, the whole Candid Meena family, which is growing. And
Exactly.
maybe then, we'll know that we at least tried. How
Yeah.
much we succeeded, we don't know. But at least we didn't sit back and say, koi aur kar lega,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
absolutely. In fact, Zoya is saying that, where's Zoya? Yeah. She says, I'm going to have some cake today to celebrate your success. In fact, Meera has this lovely habit of, posting pictures of wonderful desserts and cakes. And she has this small haunt, in Bangalore, from where she gets the choices of cakes and, desserts. So, even though she's not sent one to us, we thank her for that. Because we know that she's got exquisite taste, and those pictures really are, mouth watering. So, Mira,
Actually,
on
I'm
that.
planning to celebrate later by making my 1 minute microwave brownie after the show to celebrate.
Very
Lava,
Dev,
lava cake,
Devanushi
lava
is
cake.
another one who is a
Yes, yes,
fabulous
Devanushi is
bake.
another,
And
yeah.
yes, a very avid person who
yes,
always gives her comments, and however busy she is. And she's another person who's, so talented. Like every time I go to Instagram, the first thing I'm checking is her recipes and her, visual display of what she has on the menu on that day, morning or evening. And I can't believe someone can make so much food, you know and apparently her family is big, and they all enjoy cooking, and the variety of food, everything from all over the world. So if I need to make a good hummus, I ask her, please share a recipe, with me, and she does it promptly because she's really good at it. Now, Himani says, I offered Guru Charitra Parayan for 1 week this Savan. I prayed for you, Meena man, connected to Sri Pad Balab, Sri Narasimha Saraswat, and Sri Sai Samarth of Akalkot. God be with you. Thank you. It means a lot to
Thank
me,
you,
Himani.
Imani.
And you're a new member. We love. Whenever you give your comments, I feel so moved because it's just so intelligent. You're so sharp in what you see and what you comment, that your comments are very valuable. And I believe you're stationed in USA, so it makes us feel very special when you're with us. Karthik says, to simply put it, Meena, your
Yes,
channel has given me a voice, a very
absolutely.
intelligent voice. Karthik,
Yeah,
your
Karthik, I
everything.
should add that I like your one-liners sometimes. You have a very good sense of humor.
Yes.
So
Meena,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
your channel you can speak honestly, and that's your USP. It's because you don't seek any favor from anybody. The
Absolutely.
problem with today's channels are they expect something from the political class or business
yes,
class,
yes.
so they tread carefully. I think
In
the
fact,
main thing,
Meera, what you said is so right, because Ned keeps making fun of me. When I say that, see, I questioned someone, who was supposed to be a friend on something which I felt was very wrong, and he said, "There goes one more relationship, into the air." And I say,
Yeah.
actually, I tell him, I'm relieved. I don't have to stick to anything. I can say what I want. And I
yeah,
not think what my friend will think. You know.
Yeah.
that's
And I
because your
really, I
thoughts and
really,
everything is sorry.
no, no.
Yeah, Mira.
No, I think that's because your thoughts and your thought process is straight from the heart. That's why you are able to do the show like this
Yeah,
without fear, without favor.
yeah.
Like,
Without fear.
I mean, nobody, I don't think any mainstream or even other YouTube channels are also partisan. They are not free and fair like you. And that's the only
In fact,
reason because,
in fact,
you
Mira, let
know,
me just give you a small humorous bit. See, many times when we are exchanging ideas and thoughts and all, when Jaidev and I are discussing the text and everything, there are many things that are not scripted, which I say in the program, and I can always see Jaidev's eyes and ears and everything going up.
that's the
And then,
protective sun.
and then after the show, he'll say, "What was that?"
Probably always in stress, thinking, what is mom going to say now?
No, I
Usually it's
think,
the
yes,
other way.
Meena said
Just like
it's,
Geeta, it's the
Meena
other way.
said it's from the
The
heart.
son is more naughty, but here it seems it's the opposite.
As Meera said, it's from the heart, and it's also because Meena's vision is very clear. It's it's a very laser vision of no injustice, no corruption, and it's India first. So anything that comes in the way, whether it's a friendship or whether it's a, it's somebody known, it could be a person who's well known, they're called celebrities. I've stopped using that word because I realize celebrities probably comes from the word people who are celebrated, and I'm
Yeah.
not sure why we are celebrating all these people who are called celebrities. I mean, honestly, so I've stopped using that. So, not many, as Meera said, not many channels, not many of us, even in our daily life, would have the courage to question somebody whom we see as a friend. So that's something we don't
In
need to
fact,
be
in fact,
aggressive about
Anuradha,
it.
yeah, in fact, Anuradha, I get a lot of feedback from people saying that, see, BJP people do not want to come on your channel because, they're scared of what they will see. Okay, but they're not scared when they go on NDTV, or whether they go on, what do you say, India Today or Aaj Tak. So that surprises me. I'm not asking any Congress or any opposition to come and talk to me, or any BJP. Even if I ask, they won't come. But what I'm saying is, what makes you scared? It's the truth. It's the truth that makes you scared. Because how can you ask somebody to shut up? Now, a lot of the things that are happening today, in the news, is actually telling you to keep quiet. Don't talk about us. We will sue you. Okay, whether it is the actors, whether it's the politicians, they'll say that if you say anything bad about us, we'll sue you. And you've seen the results. Sharad Pawar put somebody in jail, a girl, young girl, a TV actress. And so many people have been put in jail. What do they mean? You can do any sort of nonsense and get away with it, but the public cannot say anything about you. Is that the kind of criteria we have, in India? We're not a banana republic, you know. Yes, your thoughts,
as
Meera?
as they say that, that judge, if you want to know my character, look at my enemies, or
Yeah,
maybe judge my character by the enemies I've made. And I think that's so very true. And I think,
yes,
Samina, they're probably scared because unvarnished truth and integrity appears to threaten a lot of
yeah,
people,
yeah.
you know
And I've tried different ways. I know I'm being the journalist. I've tried different ways. For example, I asked for a chat with a person from a party, and that person says, I don't know why he's just avoiding me, and he's a friend of mine. Then I say, okay, I won't go through you. Let me go through somebody else. I go through another person. Again, the same thing. He's just delaying, and he doesn't come to the point at all. So then I realize that it's the same thing. Everybody is doing it because either they've got instructions not to do it, because apparently things like what Nupur Sharma did will come out, and some people are not savvy enough to talk or whatever. But then why are they our what do you call our representatives if they can't talk? They are in the public, they're serving us. If you can't talk and you can't do the right thing, then why are you in the public this thing at all, domain at all, isn't it?
They don't want to take uncomfortable questions, you
Yes.
know. And like they would prefer a scripted show where like you'd give them the questions a day in advance and stuff like that. They don't
Yeah.
want to be taken
Or where they
by
can dictate
surprise.
what questions should be asked.
Yes,
Exactly,
exactly. As in
exactly.
India Today, they did for Riya Chakravarti.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Devi
because you
says,
see, ethics and integrity is missing in all that, right? So
yes,
the
yes.
moment that misses and honesty misses, they're going to be scared.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's your biggest
But that
strength. And it's quality over quantity on your channel. It's good
Thank
to
you.
have a whole bunch of genuine, honest people and supporters than having those. But yeah, that's why they
yeah,
are.
it's a very niche viewership on this channel.
Yeah,
These other channels, mainstream, are all paid. That's why they have to
yeah.
go through with the scripted interviews.
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
So
Devi says, Jaydev, I hope you got a good present for suggesting a name for your mom's channel.
I didn't get it yet, Devi. Sorry.
So now I think the Candid Meena family will ensure that you get it, you know
Thank you,
yes.
Anurag.
Karthik says, the common man has realized that he is powerful. That's why all these so called celebrities and high society people are seriously rattled. So, yes.
And it's
So
high
let's just
time
say,
they got rattled. It's high time. Till now only their voices were heard, and it's
yeah,
high time, whether through Candid Meena or through other channels, that the citizens voice is heard. I mean,
yeah.
enough is enough.
Yeah. And this is very important what Karthik says. This is absolutely important. Boycott Bollywood was such a grand success because of one man, SSR, the epitome of a common man who also hobnobbed with the pseudo celebrities. And without Boycott Bollywood, all these silly movies in which Ranveer Kapoor and all are coming, you know, those would have, they would have bloated the figures and we would have not realized it. But now everything is there open for us
And
to see.
if I can add to what Karthik's point
Yes,
is, it's so true. I absolutely second what he said. And I think they never imagined that the boycott would go on even 2 years later. I think they felt it was a few days and just like any other news, it's going to go away. And I think it still
yes,
baffles them that so many of us have absolutely boycotted and are still raising our voice. It actually must baffle them.
absolutely.
And I know that in many fora now they say that we don't want, Bollywood, or we don't want film music or songs, whether it's in cultural events. So there is that movement. I'm just surprised that it took so long for so many of us to see what was it was there. And yet I think the stardom, or the that sheen of stardom hid the reality from us.
In
And
fact,
I'm ashamed
Anu,
to say that till
yeah,
you all began to bring, I used to watch maybe some of these shows, even the talk show. I used to watch it, the famous coffee talk show. I used to watch it without, it's only now, and I just
yeah,
said, my God, how could I
you
have been
have done it.
so
Yes, absolutely.
lost? I mean, it's
But
become so
somehow,
obvious. Yeah,
Anu,
Sorry.
better late than never. We've all watched, we've
Yeah, got
all
through it.
enjoyed, and
Yes,
this is how we evolve. This is growth. And Sushant
but
was,
when
you
I
know,
when I imagine what Sushant must have faced,
yes.
I mean, today when I look back on those shows, which kind of, where there were questions and those rapid fire questions, or there's another one, I think there's a person who does film reviews. I forget the person's name.
Rajiv Masand.
Yes,
Mastan,
yes, yeah. And they put these anonymous kind of
blind
little,
icon.
Sushant, tags. Yeah.
quips. They don't, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, correct.
yeah,
And I cannot even imagine what he faced. I mean, it's justice. It's
yeah. And
divine
also remember,
justice.
Anu, also remember that he was the son of somebody. Okay. Now here you have a daughter of somebody, just the name, and somebody is really heckled. Okay. Nobody
Yes,
cared. 2 years, 2 years. Nothing has happened. In fact, I want to tell all the viewers on social media, we've written a long chain of
I saw.
tweets, and these are based on the letters that you emails that you sent us. We've collated all of that and sent it to the chief minister of Maharashtra, asking him to relook at this and try to expedite it. Now, see, even if they ignore it, let us do our duty. That's what I'm
Yes,
telling you, viewers. Don't see, it's a pain actually taking it and putting things together. But if you've done it, you're doing it for a purpose, you know. So all the more important that you boycott Bollywood, you criticize their movies, don't pay for their movies, spend it on other things, good dramas, good plays or good dances, cultural rich events, so that these people realize they can't take you for a ride.
Or even
I
get
was shocked.
involved in
Yeah,
some social activities,
I was
community
shocked, Nisha.
activities.
Yeah, Nisha, I was shocked when I saw Alia, not Alia, it was Kajal. She had come at the airport, and these people think that airport is a Cannes Film Festival. So they behave as if the people are there, giving them time. Now, Kajal actually says, shoot, to the photographers. I couldn't believe it. I mean, how can a woman do that? And how did the photographers take the shit? You know, I
absolutely.
That
mean,
No,
is
I
just
mean,
it, Minaji.
what is her
Till we
attitude?
start,
She's a fossilized girl,
I
okay, a
know
woman.
it's, I know
I
it's,
mean, Kajal must have herself hired the media in the first
oh
place,
yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
then she,
believe so. I
they do
believe
that.
so.
Also,
you know.
think about it. I mean, I do empathize with these reporters or photographers who need to earn their bread and butter to write their dal roti. That's their job. But it's
Yeah,
just so sad to see these stars. Like, who has made you stars? It's the
yeah,
public and and you just, it's so condescending to treat them like that. And
yeah,
so I
yeah,
think till that doesn't stop, I tell my friends and family, like, you see a so-called celeb at the airport, please turn your face and walk in the air. Do not give
yeah.
them attention.
Exactly,
Do not take
exactly.
selfies. And
Yeah,
this changing has happened.
someone like Sagita, someone like Ranveer Singh
Yeah.
is criticizing Urfi.
Yeah,
I know. I mean,
Are you crazy?
yeah.
You
He's
know,
the
you like Nisha said, she opened this page and when she was having breakfast or
yeah,
coffee, and she nearly fainted.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
It-
so that
I had
was
to stop
that
too.
was the
Someone,
effect it had on
someone
I
people.
forwarded
I
it,
put
and
it
I
up.
said,
I said that should be declared a national health emergency because it was, I don't know how many people, it was migraine inducing. There were
yeah.
people who went into cardiac arrest. I mean, it was a visual assault of
No,
the worst kind,
it's
you
just, I
know.
always said that with him, I had a hard time even looking at that guy with his clothes on. Such a clown. Now, when they showed that picture, I'm like, oh my god, this whole new level of how do and I wrote on Twitter too, how do I unsee this? Like, oh my god, why did I
Absolutely.
even? But to what Jaydev's point was about these celebrities and these people calling them to the airport and paying them. I always tell people I know, see, not everybody is part of this movement. Not everybody is fighting for Sushant Singh. They've forgotten 2 weeks later. Some of us even poke fun at me. Some friends have stopped talking, thinking, I've gone a little crazy for boycotting Bollywood. And I keep telling them that I was a diehard filmy buff. Do you understand? I never missed a
Yeah,
movie. From that, I've gone to not watching any, zero, since the last 2 years. And that goes for web series. I said, I'm not forcing you, but just, I said, some food for thought. Even if you're not a Sushant fan and you don't care what happened to him, think about it. Your
yeah,
hard earned money, if you're putting in towards a film, whatever money you pay for that ticket, if any of that money is going towards child trafficking, human trafficking, or anti national activities, do you want to be part of that? Ask yourself that question.
yeah,
In
yeah,
schools over here, we have heritage months of different cultures, they celebrate every month. And when they celebrate Hindu heritage, the first thing they talk about is Bollywood. And I have
yeah,
gone and spoken to boards and gone to schools and said, Bollywood is not Hindu heritage. If
yeah.
anything, it's taking it away from the heritage. So please,
Exactly. Yeah,
I like Anu said, we all have to do our bit in whatever little capacity we can to bring this change. It can be a drop in the ocean, but that's the only way
yeah,
thing. I don't
That's
depend on politicians anymore to do change anything.
But
I have to
yeah.
do it.
I just have a point. Our boycotting Bollywood is fine. But when will our central government and politicians stop being besotted with these film stars?
Yeah,
They
Great
exactly.
point.
give them so much importance, and that's another reason these people have got so much of power because they know that they can get away with a lot.
Yeah, they give a
Yeah,
whole lot of money to them and then they say, okay, fine, I've paid you for this much, I've done this, so return the favor. It's all
yeah, exactly.
favors
recently
being.
also some film star was made the ambassador for some sports event. I can't remember what it was. It was about three
Akshay,
months ago.
Uttarakhand,
Yeah,
no?
sorry.
I think it
Akshay,
was
Uttarakhand.
something
Akshay
in
Kumar, I
Uttarakhand
think.
somewhere. Akshay
I
Kumar.
think so. I think so. Why don't we have sports stars? I mean, don't we have? Why do we need? Let the film stars talk about movies. Talk to them about their movies, and that's it. Why do we need them to, talk about political issues or make them ambassadors for states? I mean, they become ambassadors for different states of India. Surely we have
Yeah. Real
real
life sport.
heroes.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have
Exactly.
In
real
fact,
heroes.
Real
yeah,
over real. I always say
yeah.
real over real.
Absolutely.
And
In
you're
fact,
right, Anu, when it comes.
Sangeeta, yeah, and Sangeeta and Anuradha. In fact, this movie on Nambi by
Ah,
Madhavan.
Yeah.
I wanted to see it, but then I heard that there's a cameo by SRK. And it's produced by Aditya Chopra. So these two things,
exactly.
yeah, made me promise myself that I won't see it.
Yeah.
Though I wanted to watch
It's
the
a
the
menace. I
bio.
thought the national hero we should support, and then the moment I found out, I'm like, nope, not watching it. I
Yeah,
need to
exactly. That's not our cup of tea. Yes. Yeah. So that's
And I
I
think
think
I'm wondering why these cameos were done. Is it probably to bring in the audience? I don't know because I believe I haven't seen the movie. I don't plan to. but I believe the movie is very well made. And I'm wondering, maybe the cameo was done to get more
Yes,
to attract viewers, which
yes.
again then speaks
Again,
about,
because see,
it
Anu,
speaks
there were
about
so
the
many
viewers.
SRK films.
You
There were
know?
so many SRK films, but now there's nothing. So he wants attention.
So then then the onus is all the more on us to show
Yes,
that even if you have, if you have good movies without the so-called celebrities, will still come and see it. But so I think that the onus becomes more on us viewers then.
yeah. AK says not just Bollywood, they are moving into slowly south, especially to Telugu industry. Drug mafia is picking up in Hyderabad. Please do a session on that. Sure, we will work on that. So, on a last note, I would love to thank you, ladies, for joining. And could you just give your last comments before we close the session? Start with you, Anu.
Okay. I think I've already said everything that was on my mind. I'll only say that Meena, Jaydev, and Candid Meena family, more power to you, more power to us. May our tribe grow, and may our country go from strength to strength. And as citizens, Meena and Jaydev and Candid Meena, thank you for giving a voice to each one of us citizens. Otherwise, we were not really able to speak up or be part of nation building. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Anu.
Thank you, Anusha.
Yes, Nisha.
Stay blessed, Meena, Jaydev, Ned, Candid Meena, and the family, and may our family grow.
Yes,
Thank you, Nisha.
Good
thank you so
night.
much. Good night, Meera.
Yeah, I just want to stay safe and always cover the topics with fearlessness, but be cautious too. And more power to you. And may your niche viewership increase. And like Anu said, for faceless taxpayers and citizens, you've given us a platform to view and air our thoughts. So always be thankful for that.
Thank
And
you, Meera.
thank you and
It was very well
congratulations
said,
once
Meera.
again.
Very
Very
well
well.
And
said, Meera.
congratulations once again. Hope we celebrate many more milestone days on this channel.
Yeah,
And so thanks and good night.
good
Thank
night.
you, Meera.
And Sangeeta.
Um, Again, just echo what everyone says. Just keep being you, Minaji. There's a quote that says, "Just be you, and the world will adjust." So
Absolutely.
you be you, and we are with you, and you inspire each one of us with your courage and integrity and fearlessness and honesty. So may this channel grow. Jaydev, God bless you for being such a support to your mom. And I
Thank
mean, I'm
you,
at a Rudra
Sangeeta.
Abhishekam right now, so it's so beautiful that I feel Mahadev's blessings is on
Yeah,
Candid Meena, and I'm going to say a
absolutely.
prayer for Candid Meena while I'm
Yeah,
here.
thank you.
And as
Thank you, ladies.
as Mr. Sameer Vankade said, Satyamev Jayate. I think that's what the channel stands for.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, ladies, and good night to all of you and
Good
the viewers
night.
for the
Good
special
night.
session. Yeah, good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank